Thank you for tuning in to our first ever live stream of the Man of the Year press conference. Our honoree has just endured his roast and has been awarded his pudding pot. It is an honor to introduce the Hasty Pudding Theatricals 2017 Man of the Year, Ryan Reynolds.
I'm surprised. Can I sit right here?
You're right here.
Okay, good. Oh. Right. Hi, everybody.
So we're going to start with questions from the press. Does anyone want to start out? Yes. Hi. Just wait for your microphone. It's right here.
Hi there. Thank you very much.
Wonderful award.
Thank
and
you.
your Star on the Walk of Fame.
Oh, thanks.
How awesome
Yeah.
is that? So Tom Brady was invoked at tonight's event.
Oh, my God.
What?
I really wish he wasn't.
I'm not going to ask you that tough a question. What are your Super Bowl plans, and for which team will you be rooting on Sunday? The Falcons or the Patriots?
That's it easy. I'll be rooting for the Patriots. I'll be rooting for Tom
okay.
Brady, and I'm very excited to see it. Not just a Patriots win, but a humiliating defeat against the other team, the Falcons. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I just enjoy the Patriots. I enjoy Green Bay is my main team, but when they're out, I'm watching the Patriots. So. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Sophie. I'm with the Daily Free Press.
Hi, Sophie.
So I have a question about Deadpool.
Okay.
So how is Deadpool resonating with the younger crowds, and how are you catering to their tastes with the movies?
How's it? Well, certainly there's a demographic between 18 to 25, which is like that sort of unbreakable and that hard demographic to kind of pull into a movie these days. I imagine exhibitors could speak to that a little bit more eloquently than I could, but that's the audience that has enough entertainment at home that they need a real reason to go out. And we were really fortunate with Deadpool. We were able to get that audience out to see the film and make it an event for them, not just them, but all the quadrants and all the demographics. So for whatever reason, it just kind of permeated the zeitgeist and kind of got that audience engaged. So.
Can you pinpoint anything that you think might have resonated?
I think it was two things. I think one, it was incredibly authentic to its source material, so it just felt authentic. I think in its marketing and in the actual execution of the movie, and I also think it was unusual. It's just a completely unusual and different sort of spin on a genre that has been around quite a while, and certainly in a tone that's been very serious. And to have something kind of usurp some of those expectations, I think, is unusual. So I would assume that's what did it. But yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go over here.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back to Boston.
Thank you.
And you spent some time here before.
Yeah.
Do you have any good memories to share with us about your time here in Boston? Anything you can recall from the trip and spending your time here? I think you were filming, right?
Yeah, I was very lucky. I got to see a ton of the area because the proposal was shot out in Gloucester and Beverly and a few other places. And yeah, your family, right? So she comes with me everywhere. So sorry. And then I also shot another film here with Jeff Bridges, where we got to shoot right in the heart of Boston and be here for 3 months or so. So I love this town. I love being able to walk around. I love the people and the spirit. It's a really, really special place. And it's also just like a great sports town. And I grew up in Canada where they love their sports, and but it ain't nearly as passionate as it is here. So it's pretty great. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go right here. Yeah.
So Ryan, how does it feel to be here at Harvard?
It's pretty great. It's pretty great. This is the only reason they'd ever let me in on this campus. So.
Never happened before.
I did not. No, it was not something that was on my radar exactly. But it's pretty great. I mean, I've spent the day largely with students at Harvard, and there's something pretty exceptional about all of these young men and women, because it's sort of like hanging out with a bunch of people with the acumen of a worldly 40-year-old. So they obviously have something special blowing through the air around here, and it's obviously that's no secret. But it's been great to be able to experience it and be with them today. So.
Yeah, right up front, right here.
Hi, Tyro Man with Tyro TV. So you've done a couple of superhero movies. You did the Green Lantern and the Deadpool.
Yeah.
Are you a comics guy at all?
I'm actually not. I know that's sort of like a faux pas for actors in my trade to say I'm not a big comic book guy. I love the Deadpool comics. I've loved them since 2004, just because I think they do something interesting with the current zeitgeist in each issue, and they sort of mess with that, and they they do things that other comic books can't really do. So I love those ones, but otherwise I don't really, I don't really read comics. Yeah, and now I have
Not
2
that
kids
bad
under
either.
2, and I feel like someone in my house would shoot me if I was sitting around reading a comic when I could be doing something constructive. So, yeah.
Yeah, right here.
Ashley Barkman from the Boston Calendar.
Hi.
So I have a question. Who's a better kisser, Blake or Andrew?
Or Andrew. Wow. I'm gonna go with my wife on that one for a number of reasons. Not the least of which is that we with my wife, it's going to be unleashed. That was the sort of tethered version. But make no mistake, Andrew Garfield is a wonderful kisser. Very generous. A real darting tongue.
Yeah, right here up front.
Hey, Ryan. Andrew with Up Rocks. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
The other week, your life co-star, Jake Gyllenhaal, had some really kind words to say about your performance in Deadpool, despite the fact that you didn't get the Oscar nomination. So I was wondering if you had a response to that.
I don't know what you say to that. I mean, that was very kind of Jake to say that. But I don't. I mean, other than thank you, I don't really know what to say. I mean, I think it's always generous for another actor particularly another actor who's in that conversation as well, to bring up someone else in that kind of light. And but I wish I could say I'm surprised. I've known Jake for a while, and he's one of the most generous, if not most talented actors I've ever had a chance to work with and hang out with. So yeah, I was pretty touched by that, though. Yeah.
Right next to you, Jenna.
Hi, my name's Luke Shu. I'm with the Harvard Crimson.
Hi.
I was wondering, what was your experience with Hasty Pudding like versus what you expected?
I didn't know. I purposely really tried to not learn too much about it. I know about the hasty pudding tradition simply because I consume media like everybody else does. So I see it every once in a while, and I see the people that they celebrate. I know Octavia a little bit, so I've worked with her before. So I know she had a great time out here, and I didn't know that much. So I was it was just sort of fun. I like going into something not really knowing what I'm doing, which you can tell by my resume sometimes. I like that feeling, so it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
I'm just going to ask a quick question from one of our online viewers, then we can take a few more, and then I'll finish it off with a few other questions. So one current live viewer asks, what is the best piece of advice you would give to your younger self?
Oh wow. God, I don't want it to sound like chicken soup for the soul or something. So. I noticed that I fixated on things. I had tremendous struggles with anxiety when I was young. So I wish I could just teach myself to take a few deep breaths. That it's all going to be okay. I worried about stuff that didn't really matter. Yeah. Oh, it's a project that I know that one of the people that are involved with is David O. Russell. It's a project in New York. Where they basically ensconce kids into basically a type of film school where they really immerse them in a really wonderful and positive way. So I was excited to use that or at least hijack that generous donation for that great cause. So, yeah.
In the back, Jonah, right behind you.
Hey, Ryan. Landry Harlan, Boston University News Service.
Hey, man.
You brought up your 2 kids earlier.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your proudest moment being a parent so far.
Proudest moment being a parent so far? Oh man, there's lots of them. I mean, I don't anyone who has kids, you sort of get that they're always microcosmic, not macrocosmic. But the proudest moment I'd have to say is just seeing my older daughter be so infatuated with our younger daughter, who's 4 months old. So seeing her kind of kiss her and hug her and hold her and do all those things, those kind of crush me. So yeah, whereas they might put anyone else to sleep. But for me, that's pretty cool. So yeah.
I think I'm going to ask a few more online questions, and then maybe we'll wrap it up.
Sure. Yeah.
So what is one
We'll
role...
get you. Don't worry. We'll ask one
Yeah.
from her in a minute.
Yeah. We'll finish off with that. What is one role that you've played that's integral to your development as an actor?
The Nines. It's a movie that not a lot of people saw, but it was with John August. Actually, and Octavia Spencer is in the movie as well. That was a movie that really sort of made me think differently about this craft and about this business and about art and all sorts of things. I used to think that I was only the wacky next door neighbor in a sitcom or something, and doing that film made me think that maybe I could do something else. So, yeah.
Great. We can go to you.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Grace. I'm also with the Harvard Crimson, except
Hi,
I write
Grace.
for arts. Can you tell me why you think comedy is important?
Why comedy's important? Oh my God, comedy's everything. I mean, I don't know, as far back as, Jack Benny. It's much farther. It's one of the greatest tools for social commentary on the planet. It's in the best of times it's amazing, and in the worst of times it's even better. So I don't know. For me, it's a real shelter in the storm, and I know it is for a lot of people too. So I don't know. I love smart comedy. I mean, in times of crisis, I listen to Louis C.K. and a whole bunch of other people, and I just I think its value is somewhat sort of underappreciated in the arts in general, but overall, I think it ain't going anywhere, and it's pretty great. Yeah.
All right, so I'm just going to finish off with one more question.
Sure.
Is there a role that you haven't played yet that you've always wanted to play?
You just made that up, didn't you? A role that I haven't played yet that I've always wanted to play. God, yeah, I always wanted to do like a sports movie, but I'm too old now. So I don't know. I always wanted to play do one of these Major League Baseball stories. There was a story about a guy named Blackie Schwam, who was a pitcher in the prison league, who had all the potential to be one of the greatest Major League pitchers of all time. And this is way back in the actually in the Black Dahlia era, so many decades ago. And that was a character, a book that I read, which I loved. So that's one role, but I think it's the sun may have set on that opportunity by this point, but yeah.
Cool. All right, well, thank you so much to all the press, and thank you so much to all of our online viewers. Now Ryan's going to pose for some photos with the pod.
Oh, God. Wow. Okay, great.
Yeah, and just
Wow.
one thing that if you could kiss the pod.
Oh, yeah. You got it.
Just so you don't forget.
Yeah. All right. This is the step of the feet right here, yeah?
Yep, this is the step and repeat. Sorry, guys. I'm going to move the table back, please.
What's that? Where am I going to keep it? I don't...
Your rifle with? This way, Ryan. And you through? This way? Right there. Wait. Okay. Ryan, over here. Just gonna turn. This way, Ryan. Ryan. Oh, Ryan.
Cameras, we're going to ask you guys to step aside. Videos just need a 1-second shot. Please keep them 5 months so they can get in and we're going to
Ryan. Over here, please. Ryan. Oh. Ryan, right here.
We're going to go.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
That's good. Yeah.